Okay. So the magnolia in Chinese we call yulan. It's like we call it like a jade orchid. So lan is orchid, right? So we call it jade orchid. But yulan, right, combined with another three flowers, right, in Chinese in Chinese culture, right, it forms something like this. Here, give the paper, right? Um,
台湾人很喜欢两串围起来放在车里面。
哦，玉兰对，玉兰在中国是比较 royal 的皇家的一个花，泰国应该是有吧，它不是本地的，这个是本地的。对，因为他问我他这个会什么
不喜欢画画
啊？他不喜欢画画，
之前喜欢画山水，后来又改了。
Okay, so in Chinese culture, right, it's like this. I was just right. So we have four flowers. It's, the first one is called 海棠. Then the second one, right, is the 牡丹. Then the other one is 玉兰. Then the other one is 桂花. Right. So this one is the peony. Right. This one is the magnolia. Right. English for 桂花, right? Search. This correct one is os yeah. Then the other one, the first one, 海棠, right? Is it this one? Prep apple, right? Is this the correct name? 海棠. Prep apple. Prep apple. Yeah, so first one basically is this flower. Yes, Danny?
Yes, this first and the last flower. Can you please send the photo?
Yeah, photo, right?
Yes.
This one is the first flower. This one is the
this
first
is first one. Okay.
Yeah, this is the first one.
It's a begonia. It's a begonia. It's
begonia, yes, correct.
Begonia, yes.
Yeah, begonia, correct. Then the last one is this one. This one.
Mimosa, yes. No, it's not mimosa. It's a tree.
Osmanthus.
Yeah, Osmanthus is a very fragrant type. Our begonia, yeah, correct. Our begonia, we came before begonia. Another after COVID, I really feel, the COVID do have some impact on the memory. Yeah. Sometimes I told my wife, how come I feel like very numb on my head, and my wife is like brain fog or something like that. Don't know. Yeah, but yeah. But these are actually these four characters, right? Four flowers. We actually take out one from each the name, right? Then this one we take out Tang, right? Mudan, right? We don't take out the words, but we actually get this Hu, right? Then we take out the Yu, right? Then we take out the Gui, right? So it's actually the four characters called Yu, Tang, Hu, Gui. Yeah. So if you are doing a set, right? you can actually do this four. That means that you put the first one, which is the Magnolia, right? Here, right? Then the second one is actually the Begonia. Then the third one is actually the Peony. And the fourth one is actually Cosmo. Right? You can actually put these four flowers as a set, right? You do a square, you do a circle, right? You do a long one, it will always be good. But this, the whole four character as a term or as a phrase in Chinese, right? Is called like 裕长富贵, right? It's actually means you have yeah, wealth, prosperity, and also it's actually your home would be like a very nice home because Tang, right, meaning house. Yu means jade, right? So 裕长富贵. Longevity, no, but it's more like a prosperity as well, for this term. So you can actually have uh, this four as a set, right? So today the Magnolia, we're gonna put this. Then how does that looks, right? I have a photo. This one I will also send to you, right? This would be hello. Right. So this will be the kind of painting we will be doing today, but of course, we might not be able to do so complex, right? But the main thing is how do you how do we color the backgrounds? Because the backgrounds is indeed, I think a lot of people are doing Gongbi, right? But they still don't understand how to do the background, this blue background. Sometimes it's very challenging for them. It's like I do have another student who like to do a lot of Gongbi, right? So she tried this at home a few times, but was not able to create this color and also make it more even on the paper. Right? I think that's we're gonna cover a little bit. Uh, Now this one the bird. This one the bird is called. We paint this one before. Um, sorry. Um. 不简单. Yeah, this bird, right, is called Oriole. I think some of the advanced class we actually cover this one. The Oriole is a bird like this. It's a yellow with a black stripe around the eye. 黄鹂鸟, in Chinese we call 黄鹂的. 黄 means yellow, and 黄鹂鸟 in Chinese. So 绶带鸟is another one, long tail one. 也可以的. But normally we put this the Oriole bird together with the Magnolia. I think more because the color. The color actually goes together. Because when you do blue, yellow, and the white, a little pink, right, it's a nice combination. Oh, okay. So these are the two objects we're gonna paint, right? One Magnolia, I think for Irina just paint, right? One Magnolia, then so put in the Oriole birds. Yeah. Right. So is the final will be something like that. How about we might not do the same? Now another thing for Magnolia, right? I think some you like flower, you might know, right? For Magnolia, right, there are two types. I think for Nelly and Alona, we paint the pink Magnolia before, right? There's a little pink or purple Magnolia. Then there's another white Magnolia. In these two, right, are different. This one, it has 6 petals. Then this one has 9 petals. They are different. So this one is I'll show you. There is also a little bit like a yellowish. This one is the white color. Then the white one. This one has 9 petals. Right? If you're counting, right, inside got 4, outside got 5. So it's 9 petals. This one has a little pink at the bottom. And then the other one is the other one is this one. This one is a little pink, right? This one looks like a 7, 7 or something like that. So, but it's actually supposed, I think it was saying this more have like 6 or 7 petals, less petals than the white color. So that's actually something that we need to differentiate also. Now, for the painting, right? Let me send you all these photos, right? They use either as a reference or okay, I sent you a few images, right? For this flower, right? I can see here, right? Then this one is outside the China, the red background. You can color either red backgrounds or blue backgrounds. This blue background, right, is actually used for a lot of flowers. If you do peony, you can also do the same. That means you're coloring the background into a blue color. This blue color, if you know, most of us, right, we know Chinese color, right? We know Chinese, we call the royal color. That means in the old time traditional Chinese, what are used for the royal family, right? Most of people will say is red, right? Actually, red was not part of the royal color. Yeah, the royal color in Chinese traditional, right, is actually blue and yellow. Yeah, blue and yellow. This blue is this blue. Later on, right, when you mix the color for this blue, right, there is a fixed proportion of color you need to put. This blue, a lot of classmates look like similar to 56, right? It's actually not. This blue is actually combination. Show you the proportion is the combination of number 56 plus number 57. But number 56, right, is 2 to 1. That means you use 2 portion of 56 plus 1 portion of 57. This color come out more consistent. Now you cannot say we just randomly mix. It's not that color, right? So this is 2 to 1. Okay? So this 56 plus 57. In the Maurice, this color is actually
I found, I already found Steve.
You found it? Okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the blue color we're gonna use. Now, for flower wise, right? If we're gonna go directly with Gong, right? I want you to actually go. We can go directly choose one of the flower, and then we just do the outline there, right? Okay, that's for our plan today, right? So to save some time, we can start directly. I think we don't have to go for too much practice, right? Take too much time from your painting, right? So let's try just to finish the Gongbi, this part of Gongbi, like in the class. Okay.
直接啦，
直接来，对，对，哇，
我们就是偶尔给我们压力。
这个压力，这个压力，这个压力，只是功底啊，是要有效率一点，才画的要对。Okay, so Nelly and Alona, if you can, right, you can get the paper. We can start together. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Just 1 second, I will find the paper.
yeah, sure. Yeah. No, okay. No, don't paint the background. Now for Gombi, right, it's like this. If you are using lighter color background, you will do the background first, lighter background. 头片，这个是首先。If you do heavy color, in Chinese we say this is 工笔重彩, right? You do heavy color, you do the background later, after you do the objects. After the class, you can go for this painting if you like, right? You can at home, take your time to. I would actually definitely suggest you to try more at home, for Gongbi, right? It's actually, I think today this class after that you will like this. This color, just now we mentioned the Chinese the royal color is blue and yellow. See inside the sun, and you might find some of the pottery in Chinese traditional style. They actually have a lot of teacups or the teapots are somehow like these two colors combined. Those are actually in the old time, if you are, if you're not from the royal family, you actually cannot use, cannot use this color combination. Yeah, it's like in China, it's something that's so crazy. You can't in certain time, right? You can't have a surname that's including the emperor's surname. You can't even mention that character. Yeah. Okay, so let's start. Of course, we are not going to do this one, right? But what we can do is actually choose from this image, right? We can choose a few flowers. Or if you have other same magnolia flower you like, you can Google, right? You can use it to paint, right? Now, for the outlining, right? So I would suggest today we don't do any pencil line, okay? So increase a little bit. But I want you to actually feel the freedom of using the line brush, right? So don't worry about making mistake, right? The reason that we do this magnolia, right, is because the petal actually doesn't go very patternized. That means it's like lotus, we must have very smooth, right? If you look into the detail of this flower, the petal doesn't actually go so neat or so smooth, right? So like in a fixed pattern. So what we can do, we use the line brush. We can use the line brush. We can use this one. We go directly. Don't worry, just give it a try. You should be able to get used to that. So we can get a drop of ink. Now for white flower, as I mentioned before, we don't do black outline. So how how do we do this, right? You can get one additional brush, right? Now what we're gonna do, right? We are going to put the filter. Let's dip the water, huh? And then let's take out a little bit ink, right, into the second one. Now let's put more water. Okay, more. So we are making some lighter inks here, right? And in this one, right, little more water, right? Now, this lighter ink, we are going to use it for the outline, right? So you don't use this pure black, we are using this lighter one for the outline, right? So let's do one flower from this photo, okay? And then from there, right, you can actually choose to, let's say you want to Google some of the flower shape, do that. You want to follow the image also can, right? So line brush, dry line brush, this one no need to put in the water. Go directly into the lighter ink. Okay. Now let's say we paint this one. We paint this flower first. When we painting from an image, right? I would always suggest you to kind of like process the picture a little bit. So don't do exactly like the picture. You can actually get a little bit changes, right, to the shape, right? Now, when you start a flower, right, petal wise, right, always start from outside, I mean near us. So let's say this flower, right, I will always start from this petal, right? Then this petal, and then okay. So if I'm gonna start from this petal, right? So I will just put somewhere here, right, on the tape down here. Okay, one petal, roughly the size of like you see like my half of my thumb. Will be okay. Oh, don't do too small. Don't too small like that for the color. Yeah, there will be a bird on this side. So now for bottom, outline wise, bottom, don't need to close it, just open. Keep the bottom open. Don't have to close. This side. Okay. Okay. Some of the smaller ones on the other side. Okay. Yeah. Well, some of the petals actually fall apart, right? Fall to different direction. So yeah, that. And once you've done one flower, you get more familiar, your hands get more familiar with brush, right? So always, right, when you're painting, when you're painting anything, try not start from the, you come start in the center. Don't do that. You start from the side. Slowly, you will get into the rhythm of painting, right? Then now let's see how we have one flower. Then how do we arrange the other type of flowers? See the magnolia, right? Normally they grow this way. They grow this way. That means when you're painting a branch, the branch is actually coming down. So actually from here, right, come down, the splitting of other flowers. Then composition wise, a very simple one. We just do a triangle. It means flower here, bird here. Okay, flower, flower, and bird. So when you try to do other flowers, remember there are also bud, there are also small leaves surrounding. Then when you do flowers, here's the thing, don't this flower, right? You see under it has a very small green leaf, all those. We don't do them first. All these small things we do later. Okay. So when you have lighter ink, right? Try to utilize your lighter ink first before you change it to the branches or these. Later, we do that later. Okay, so you can actually get the flower done on the first one. You done the flower. Now, if you already have your mind, let's say, oh, roughly, my flower here, then some flower here, then later on, I use the branches to connect them. If let's say, in some cases, let's say, especially when you paint at home, you don't have an idea, right, how the branches go. I see, maybe I want to have the branch ready before I put the flower out. That means when you're painting the branches, you actually need to leave some space because sometimes if you have a very clear branches later on your flower, it will just look very just like one layer. You don't have multiple layer things and different direction. So what we can do now, right? We can come down here, down below. We paint some bud. The bud is simple. The bud is not difficult. Bud is here. One bud. Now, let's say you feel not enough, right? I don't want a very sharp one. What you can do is beside that, right? One bud and have another bud. Okay, two bud here. Okay, now you have more. You see when you're arranging the flower, you see, I have um flowers like almost like all going up. Can I paint something like open up? See a little bit center? Can, right? Very simple. If you do, you can actually just take a You can take a Google. Very convenient. See, this is a flower that's actually open. You see more the standard. If you want something like that, right, take it from a photo. Right, then we can actually put here. So from here, gonna put this one. Still same thing, right? When you're painting from the near to the far. Okay. After this petal is this one. It don't have to be the same way. Change a little bit. So if you want to do a little folding, okay, that means keep a little folding. On Magnolia petal wise, don't worry that like I can't do smooth lines direction a little bit. You see the flower, it doesn't go actually so kind of very neat. It's not that type of. Then the outside, yeah. But when you do the painting, right, main thing, right, is actually to keep your flower, right, look more balanced. If you look this flower, this petal, right, it's a bit too long. If we paint exactly like that, it might look too. You know. So what we can do, we can change a little bit of direction. This one come back. Just now we say how the white has 9 petals, then of course J more. We already have 6. And then to balance this a little bit, right? The other one, yeah, right? The other one could be behind, fall to the other direction. You don't have to print all 9. Sometimes it add too much, it become the flower will be too big. This one also a nice. Now for the magnolia, that's actually having if you are showing the center, the center look is more like a caterpillar or something like that. Look like that. So this part normally we will also just put in when you have the ink. So this one more like in the center. Draw this small thing here. Put few the in here. Some of the petals, right? Let's say when you're painting, right, you don't want so like a singular shape, right? You don't no structure. Let's say you want a little folding. Okay, just create a little folding. But this depends. See if you want or don't want. Actually have a little folder. Uh, Normally, once we have 4 flowers, right? You see, depending on the size, right? See this one, the 4 flowers look quite big. If you want to still add some more, yes, you can. So based on this, right, you can see the branches go down, right, down, up. So when we add in the branches also this way, if you want to have one more flower here, and you see, I don't want the four, doesn't sound good. I want the 5 or 6. You can still add. Say we want to add one more, right? Now we observing all flowers. You see now we have all flowers separated. We don't have overlapping. So now what we can do, we can add a little bit overlapping so it doesn't look so separated. Let's say from here, I want to add one more. The bud is opening up, right? So we have here one, here, right? Add one more. Full petal. One more petal. This is the bud, but opening up and overlap this one. Now, one little folding. Okay. So this one overlap this one in front. Once you done one, we can actually go for another one. Now, when you're deciding the flowers, the direction very important. You see, my direction, the flower direction, this, that. You cannot suddenly have one like flower like pointing this way. It's actually supposed to follow the direction. So let's say beside this one, I have another one, but I don't want the whole flower. I just want a bud here. We can do right similar when you're doing a bud. Then this one, I want it to go behind this bud. Then below, right, another petal here. Just one bud here. Okay. Yeah, you can add one more bud here. Okay. Everyone, don't touch this one. Don't touch this one. Just behind this one. We can take a reference from this photo for the branches. Now, after adding the flower, this small leaf under, we need to differentiate the outline for the flower and leaf. So normally, right, you see here, you have the lighter ink. Now we take a little black ink into the lighter ink, right? Then I dip again, right? One more. So this color is actually darker than this line here. I want to differentiate the flower and leaf because the leaf is very small, right? So what we do, right, come back to the flower. See, actually adding small leaves under the flower. But you can see the differentiation, right? This one, the color is more dark. Sideways, now we have 3 or 4 is fine. Now, a lot of times, right, when you're painting more flowers, it's very difficult to differentiate the leaf and flower. So what you can do, right? Normally for this, I would actually getting the lines in the leaf, right? So for example, this one, right, I would just draw a line there, right? So you know that this is a leaf, this is not a petal. From the open up flower, right? For this one, you can have one, that's enough, or don't have to do a lot. And then this part also from here, just do one more one, and on the side, another one. Leaf. Add a few under. Okay. Right. Then we can continue to add the branches. When you're adding the branches, you see we want it to come down similar like this one now. To come down and go up. Now you need to decide now, think about where do you change direction. You might see I want to have a branch like this way come down connected, right? Suddenly come here, right, and go up. Can also can. But main thing, right, is actually keeping like that. So have branches, then grow up. Make sure your branch go natural with your flower direction. You cannot say my flower go like this way, right? And my branches from here. It's not correct. So the branches should actually align with the flower. Now, then how do you do branches this way? Now, if I have a main branches starting from here. So when you do branches, you can actually take the pure black ink. This one no need to put in the lighter one. Pure black one. And then we are using the double outline. That means one branches you do top and bottom line. Don't do just single line. From here, I say on the side, start. And then this outline is not like flower, very thin. No, this you look at the branch is wood. So this one your branches supposed to go a little harder, instead of very fine and smooth, right? So your brush when you use, right, you try to stop. So don't do like one line all the way. You should try to stop your brushes. You go straight, stop, then go. Don't just do one line. More like you need to let's say this one I go a little thicker. Down here. Thicker, stop, go, stop. Right. Let's say I want to split already, right? You can split there, right? The brushes go more like all this line you need to have a little like a pressure. Stopping or pausing your brushes. Then come down again. Here, split, split. Then when you come down to the flower, you see how if I go this way, right, how do I know when do I split? Now this is actually when you come down to each flower, right, from the center of the flower. Now you see now starting to get one. This one don't have to long. You don't have to go very long, right? You just get all this first one up here. Then you use the one you already painted. Now you come in to connect to this one. Also the other flower, right? You see, here's the one. Now you can see all these small branches. And you can see how should I connect them, right? Shape here. We have some more branches. Right? Then these two you can connect to one branches. And then still can go here, right? This one also, right? Here down. Sometimes you want a little cross. Right. So connecting these two might be connect to one branches. Okay. Now you see it's getting closer to the ones you have. Now, like I mentioned, this way, right, you actually creating the branches later. If you want to create the branches at the very beginning, it's also correct. Also can do that. But the thing is, when you do that branch first, right, you need to leave the correct space for your flower. Connected. We go back here. Hi. Okay. If you want to build more, right, of branches, of course you can adding all these together. But another thing, right, you want to consider, right, because Gong right, sometimes, especially today, we are going to paint the backgrounds. So you might need to think about the space you leave for, because if you do too much gaps, later when you color, more work. I'm not meaning that you should like like save your efforts right now, but it's more meaning that you need to consider about the overall. So when you're adding the branches, things also to take notes right now. It's actually the balancing part. So you can have all the things coming down, right? Flowers pointing up, but you might think of uh, this because later they're gonna be in heavy color, brown and black. So it's actually leading the visual direction of your painting, right? So you sometimes you might want to actually come up with a few things that's actually you don't want everything coming down, right? So you can actually start. You add some sub branches. That's actually might actually make the painting a little upwards. See, like very small branches here. It's actually lifting up the bottom. Then all these branches, when you do, what you need to do, right, in Gong, we will actually get the black one first. So on the branches, you need to actually get the texture ready. So that means to draw some of the lines. And also certain parts, right, especially when they splitting the branches, see here, right? I'm gonna have little darker for the split because it was supposed to be the shadow. This one, the texture on the branches, we will not be touching up later after you do the color. You can, but it's actually done earlier, right, before you actually do the color. So,
Steven, you can please send photo of the bird?
Yes. The name of the bird?
No, the photo of the bird where it starts to draw now. The
Oh, where
photo.
do we put the bird? Yeah.
Yes.
We
No,
can.
can you please send on WhatsApp the photo of the bird, what we will start now to do.
Okay. Yeah, I was
Thank you.
about to talk. Yeah, because
No, no, no.
composition, right? We do triangle, right? Triangle wise, right? You can have a bird here, right? That means you can have a bird flying here. Maybe the head turned this way. Or if you don't want the flying, we can do a simple one, maybe just like this one, standing behind, like this way. Also can. I will send you the some of the pose, right? You can actually choose to paint. So this, I send you some of the photo and also one painting. Right? Actually, follow which one you like. Okay, I send you some of the photos. Right, it can be a bird standing this way. This is a painting about for you. You can also choose this one if you wanna do more detail. You can also choose this one, the pose. I think all these four pose, right? They actually matches composition. You can also do this one. This one that means the birds behind the flower. You turning back. If you wanna follow simple one, you can just do like this one. Uh, if you want another one like standing, or you wanna show the front of the bird this way. That means if you see zoom in, will just look like I put a bird behind it. But let's say you want to do this one, actually do behind. Show you how to do the bird. Now, let's say I want to do this bird. I will just go behind this.
是可以
啊
这个杯里面
这个可以，这个刚拍的我就记那个鸟的那个，
这个很好，
对，
这个比较公平。
对。
有啊，我是记了，
等一下
我是记了。这个
对，这个寄给你了。对对对，我把那个这个图也寄给你。
不是，这个是什么叶啊？
这个是这个是那个叫什么来着？那个不是花了，它是一种叶子。对对对对，这个是什么？那个叫杏吧？不是杏，
不是，这不是，
不是杏，
这比较新。
银杏，就是可能是银杏叶子，差不多有点像，但是它是红的。我们只是看它的脸，这个。好，那 if let's say you like this first, right? Now we just over this bird. That. So with painting flower and birds, right, you don't have to actually show the whole bird. You just put behind the flower. We're starting from the beak. Size-wise, right, you want a little bigger, smaller. Right? This one, okay, the medium size, the light, like that one. Bird gonna be right? Normally we would suggest, right, instead of getting the line, do more like dotting. Dotting will be better. This one for smaller painting, actually, it doesn't make a lot of difference. But if you do even a little bit bigger, right, the outline, if you use dotting, it's actually look nicer. Around the eyes are just black. You can do first. The hand, all black here. If you want a little more detail, what you can do now, right? You can take one thin brush before you actually proceed. From here, you push down your ink a little bit. Basically, we're getting a bit shading here on the head. Half moon can. If you wanna get the one black circle, also can later can put the white. Then this eye, if you wanna leave the highlight, do this here. Okay. That in the wing, halfway. this one you can put another branch behind. That's for the bird. Okay, done. So once you've done all these lines, things detail, right? For the coloring of backgrounds, there are actually two um, things. One is you color all your painting first, right? Then you color the backgrounds. Of course, that's normal, when you're thinking about painting, it's supposed to be that. The other one is reverse, which we will color all the background first, and then you color your painting. Uh, both ways are correct. I will tell you the advantage of coloring the background first, right? Then you color your painting. What's the advantage of doing that? Advantage is that when you're coloring the backgrounds, right, you actually get more clear where your front object is, right? That means you see all these gaps, you can do the coloring like that. And when you do the darker color, right, it's actually later when you color your object here, right, you get a um, better idea about the contrast you need to make. That means you don't maybe color too thick for the front one. But of course, if from the normal order, we color the flower first, and then we color the background. Right? That's also like most of people they do this way. Because the thing for Gongbi, right? If I color the whole background, and it's still white. And then when I use my hand to color the front, I might wipe off my background during the coloring. Because if you think of from that way, right, color from the painting and background. So both ways are correct. But for today, right, I will do a little bit of coloring of the front backgrounds, and then we'll color the background. I will show you the way to make the background more smooth. Now, another thing, when you do this type of we call it heavy color in Gong, is actually the seal, the stamp. And do you do the stamp? Do we do the stamp after we do the painting? Usually, our stamping we have red color. We also have white color seal. You know the ink, the pad for the stamp. But normally, for this painting, you can actually pop your seal before you color the background. So later when you color the background, just leave your stamp there. So you don't have to chop on the rice paper, then cut off and glue it. Okay. Now for coloring, here's the thing for Magnolia, because we are doing white. So we need to use the white to color the petal first, and then go for a little pink color at the bottom of the petal. I'll show you how to do that by coloring one flower. The coloring part of we do white paint. So if you're coloring the blue background first, when you're coloring the white, it's good because the white actually can cover other colors. Let's say you accidentally background color into the white, into the flower, but you can still have the white later on to cover your blue. So taking the white, start from the top of the flower, top of the petal. Start. here for the white. This one, Magnolia white, you color roughly half of the flower, right? Then you push down, yeah, dry would be better, and then you push everything down. This one don't just push everything. 白色，要白色，all the white put on top, and then you can go a little hot, then you push the color into the bottom of the petal. Yeah, correct. Not very visible. Cannot see, But later when you color the blue background, this white will come out. 向下惹，他把那个白色向下推这样推下，对，公比的。Although this one we can't like very visible on the white paper. The other function for the white is actually later when you put a little pink, from bottom up, then that's actually why it will help you to smooth on the color. Yeah, in principle cannot cover outline, but if you accidentally cover a little bit, that should. 遮住不用，你现在不要再画，对你遮住了就让它遮住，等它干了你才。对。Petals like this is the outside of the petal. You color from the top to the bottom. Let's say some of the inside of the petal, right? See this one inside, the color from bottom to top. If you follow the correct way for this step, you might need to repeat a few times if you want a more smooth color. But for class, I think we don't have much time, so we'll just go one round. Once you color the flower, you just do one. You can wait a little bit, wait the wet to dry. Right. So meanwhile, we actually color the bird. The bird will be using the yellow. The yellow color also, when you color in the bird, color the whole thing yellow first. You don't do the transition yet. So you just take one brush and take the whole yellow. when you color the whole bird yellow, right, there are two places, right, you need to take note. One is the under the head, the chin area. So this part, you just color a little bit, right? Then you use a clean brush, push. Then this one will be lighter. The other one is on the leg part. So this one you also color a little bit. Use your clean brush to push all the way to the leg. This one you also want to have lighter. Want to differentiate the body and leg. So only these two. This part and this part. We actually separate lighter. Now, other than that, right? Besides the black feather, there are a few black on the wing. The others we do also yellow, color yellow first.啊，当然是就先没有干，先等一下，先不用。对，yellow，对，因为全部是 yellow 是这些地方。Then this bird on the body, when you do shading, color everything yellow. The shading there can be, if you want a little more orange color, you can use 51. But normally, I would suggest you do not use too bright color. We use number 14, the brown color is enough. And so the brown, right, let's say a little brown, just a little brown. When you overlay different colors on, let's say this one, you see the color not yet dry, still white. When you overlay, very important is that this color make a bit watery. Do not take very dry and thick color. Then how do we overlay this color? You see this one on the forehead of the bird forehead. You just lay down a little bit of the brown color, right? Then you use the clean brush, right, to push. Now, when you're pushing, right, you might find out, see, this is too much. When you put the brown, see, when you find out too much, then what you do, right? Go wash your clean brush again, right? Then you come back. 这个是 brown，这个是蛇食的。Then you color again. Right? If you find out it's too heavy, the color is too heavy, clean the brush, wash the brush, then do again. It's actually lightening up the color. Uh, 14, 1/4, yes, the brown color. Taking from here, I will put a little brown. Then I push them down. Can put a little more if you want. Now for the wings, this one on the wing, when you do right, and take brown right in the center, right, and at the bottom right, then actually you push this one up. This one depending on how detail you want it for, right? If you just want a little color, right? You just put a little. If you want every um wings be like that, right? So go like that. Every wing you want to do a little shading like that. This one usually, if your finger is bigger, it's easier. Smaller, a bit more challenging in space.可以了，现在可以啊。你的黑的只要干了，看不到水就可以。Then it's on the beak, so put a little brown color putting. You can push them up. Usually the eye might put a little brown, but depending if you like, I put light. the wing here, right? That you can add a little. If it's too small, right? Usually you don't have to push. You can just add. We come back for the neck on this flag. The beak, we can also color a little bit. Black.
那个 black 的 beak
这个对啊，也是这个。嗯嗯，Yeah，这个要铺上去，上去啊，对对对，效果效果不一样。这个颜色，对，上淡一点啊，你不要太浓。Then the flower, huh? You see, now just now I colored this one white. So if I want to do this color, it's actually one option. How we actually do this one, number 53, 53. But if you don't want so purplish, right, we can actually do number 54. Both color okay. So for example, I will use 53, number 53. Just show you right a little bit. Some people they don't like to put any color, or they just want white. It's also fine.
是黑的，我先画 yellow 嘛，
这个
不是它的上面
这个
这10个下面
这个
啊，
黑色的，
我先画黄，
你先画黄也可以，但是你要等啊。你先画黄，你不要等黄的干透了才放墨啊。你可以先画墨也是，先画墨呢。我们讲就是色不染墨，所以这部分要分开做。So this on the flower, right? Let's see. I will show you the 53. If I'm using 53, how does it look? 53 is this one. Same how when you're coloring, try not to go very thick at the beginning. Also go more watery, a little bit more watery. Okay. 影子是这个花的啊。So if I go down at the petal, right, what I'm gonna do, right? You see here, I will apply under the petal. But very important, right? You only do this for the white, for the flower that you already put the white. Then you can push. Let's say there's center line, then you can push all the way up. Then when you're pushing, right, you push to both direction. Just don't push one way. I push both left and right, and then push up the center line. Same, right? The other one. See this one? Under that, right? Put the 53. 53. Right? So put in the center. And then to use the other brush. This one also. Push a little. If you want to do the white magnolia, you don't want like pink one, you can just put a little green under. Some of the traditional painting for magnolia, they don't put any color. You actually use a little ink. This is roughly how you finish the flower. Next, and for the stem, sorry, for the branches, oh, this one no need to do pushing. We just have a bit lighter ink, a bit lighter ink. Just come down here, color lower side of the branches. This one, once you color, no need to wait. This one color, you can color directly the branch. The branch will be brown, 14 plus ink. So you take a little ink right into the 14. Ink, 14. Somehow a bit dark brown, but still remember you need to have enough water. Then we just color the whole picture.这是加一点木的石啊，加一点点啊，花这个是胭脂，胭脂啊， Oh, well, you know, the main parts, right, at the backgrounds. For timing wise, I'll show you the background first. Then at least. So we say the background is two portion of 56 plus one portion of 57. The main thing is when you're mixing color. You see, I got like this size, you know, for the one portion, two portion. They have the other one. Smaller. Ah, and bottom push up. Yeah. Normally, you can actually get two portion of same size. Then you put one portion beside. This one don't put in yet. So mix these two first, and then this one you can get a paintbrush. We will just mix these two colors. So first, you mix these two colors, and you see it's very thick. What we're gonna do, right? Put more water into it. Be careful, you're changing to the side. So basically, we are creating a lot of color, like so much like this. Mud, they can put more water. I think just now my 56 is actually not only one portion, more than one portion. But once you put and create, of course, as I mentioned, this one we say the color is 2:1. But of course, that's strictly going to be very happy. We want this color. But let's say you say you don't want to follow, just want to create the color you like. So you can mix until the color is what you wanted, right? You just use that color. Now here's the thing, right? For Gongbi, traditional, once you mix all the colors, sometimes they will do one more round of filtering. You can use a tissue paper to take out, you know, all those pigments that's not break down. But let's say I already achieved, let's say this color I like. I don't want anything like that. So what I can do, right? Use the same brush, get evenly the color. Then I will start to color. You see, you can put down you see my brush is actually quite watery. Quite watery. The reason for the watery is actually I want a bit more thicker color. So I don't reduce the round of coloring I need. If you go very, very light, then you might need to go 2 rounds. But between the rounds of coloring, you need to wait until the color dries. So you can go 2 rounds, right? But let's say this color I like, right? Then I will just put a bit more here. Try to color it. But this one I would suggest you, right, when you do, you just do one type of finish. You don't do like halfway, right? Then you stop. Then next time when you come back, you never make the same color. Then the whole painting will look very different. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but this time is color, it's not ink. Yeah. Yeah, we because that one, yeah, and also it's not because that's raw paper. It's not bone meal paper. Yeah. Yeah, the raw paper because we want to, yeah, we want to, yeah, we want to, yeah, that one we want to achieve the transparent parts for the vessel fish, the fin. So actually we go black, but for this one is more, so the color, this one, the whole thing. Now, like I mentioned, right, this one I would suggest, right, you chop your seal before you color. So later, when you come to the seal, right, you just, skip the seal. I'll show you how.
Yes. Oh.
more，但是它的那个，因为我们之前呢没有到种产的，这个算种产的，主要是你要学会它的这个颜色的控制。 So the background of finish the flower on the background is basically everything in between color background. Normally, it will require a few rounds of coloring to make sure you know the color is even. Sometimes you see the color here, right? Once dry, become lighter. Oh, so you need to go one more round. So when it's white and dry, how the color look very different.
老师，那个树枝染指是墨的是全染还是要留白？
当然不要留白，不要留白。对，它的白光的颜色不用白。嗯，参染这个我是给你先看那个颜色，对，你是可以染完才出蓝色，对，有的时候你看这个蓝色会染进去嘛，
可以不这样。
对，就是这个好像你不小心染进去了，好像你再用白的再画一次，
啊，
这个哈，你看我这个边不是染进去嘛，啊，不小心染进去啊，没关系的，你看啊，如果白边染进去哈，蓝边染进去哈，你再用白色的啊，你看回来，所以其实我是建议是先染背景色的，等你这样再回来，
就是我们的那个可以了。
对，那你这样它会比较美一点，因为你这样染的时候一定会有进去的时候，所以你这样再过来，它会比较自然一点。
知道了呀。
对对对，你看这个哈，你再过来再画回来，那一样，
染进去。
一定会不小心染进去，但那个是很正常。
下次我们先改。
对，
慢慢先染我们的这个白的。
对，主要是我们不能先染，因为什么呢？因为这个哦，你染不是一次的，这个你看我现在这边深的，这边浅，因为没有干嘛。等一下，你看这干了也会有深跟浅，所以你还要再做一次，再做一次。这个正常，你如果是不是爬纸，只是宣纸，你要做7、8遍啊，7、8遍，这不是开玩笑的，这是我那个时候学就是这样，那这很合适。
染发染了之后再
没有这个 style 它是不要做 shading，就是一个颜色，solid color
那个是买
可以，那个是对，你是那个不是买现成的，这个是染上去，对对对，你说那个是做 shading 是可以的，那个是另外一个方式，对对，那个跟这个是不一样，它是这个是专门的一个风格，
做 shading 的话会留白。
对。你也可以这样，其实你要喜欢 shading 的，你可以这样画好这个，里面再放一点深的，然后再推出去。那么那个鸟旁边就有一点 shading，好像凸出来。
是
每个人喜欢不一样，但是这个风格的话是不要，对，这个风格是没有那个斑点，对啊，不太人物，对头发。可以。
这个是这样子，这个是这样子白。对，白，对，留白，
对，对，
所以觉得留白不是更好
啊，可以的。那今天我们做这个重彩是不留白的，对。但是你比如说你画那个 snow 你就可以留白。比如这个你画梅花，等你这个颜色涂上去，就是雪了。 雪花在上面，
Oh, that's nice.
对，那就很好。
So we have to wait for this to dry, then do it again,
Yes,
then do it
everything do again. Normally 2-3 rounds will take.
So to get the even color.
Correct.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So
it's very good.
so this one you can do at home. Yeah, it will take some time, but it will come out nice. Yeah.
这个叫做种彩。
仲裁，风景仲裁，这个其实有一个特别的名字，这个叫北京 style 啊。This one the style is called Beijing style because it's because it's related to royal family.
哪个皇帝呢？
清朝，
清朝啊。
尾巴。
我没办法。对 I don't know why. Why 啊？
它的线是在他们都Lady Alona, yeah, you still working on the painting?
Yep, but I think I'll redo it because it didn't turn out very nice.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I continue to work just to practice my home because I don't spoil everything with the birds. But
Oh, I see, I see. Can
see my bird, Steven, you can see my bird?
Oh, very cute. This one flying on the, it's like expanding the wing.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, you take your time. Yeah, I think I won't drag this class for too long, so I will end the session. Later, I will send you everything, including the finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Steven.
Have a nice
Have a good
weekend.
weekend.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.
Take care.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.